child's first goal or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time for the best 60 minutes of your life. This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown.
Important. I will defer to Brian Bulaga because I'm expecting the Bears to run the ball all the time. But I will defer to Brian Bulaga.
Yeah. Well, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
And, yeah, I mean, I think both of these are important, right? You got an opportunity. I mean, the first one's at home, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing. You got the first one at home to really to close the gap, right? Because that's the first. I mean, you have to close the gap, and then that's the most important thing is closing the gap on them, and then you have an opportunity to get ahead, and that to me is the importance of the two games. So, and going to your second point about them running the football, that is exactly what I think they're going to do in this first matchup. They are going to run it because I don't think they want Micah Parsons in the pass rush to get going early on in that football game. They want to neutralize that. They want to kill the Lambeau crowd. They want to make sure that that part of Green Bay, the Green Bay Packers, that was upgraded. That's what, I mean, that was the big upgrade. That's what this team was upgraded to do, right? Like that's, I mean.
Yeah, they spent big money.
Yep, to do this.
Yeah.
To go after the passer. That was the point. Like, that's what beats teams is pass rush, right? And they want to neutralize that by running the football and just slowing the game down, and just killing it, right? And to me, that's what they're going to do. And Green Bay has to find a way to get them out of that. And to me, we talked a little bit about it on KBN with Wyatt being out now. Obviously, that's a big loss to me, in my opinion. I think he's very good against the run. I think he's even good against the pass, collapsing the pocket from the interior standpoint. But he's really good against the run. He's very good against double teams. He takes on two really well, and he's also really good at freeing up the linebackers behind him to run freely. So that's a big loss. So who steps in for him to take on that role is going to be important. I mean, they got big shoes to fill. But Green Bay is going to have to figure out a way to stop that run because Chicago did it very well against Philly. They've been doing it really well essentially all year. They've been running the ball very well, The offensive line that Chicago paid for, because Chicago paid a premium for offensive linemen as well, right? They upgraded.
Yeah, huge.
Just like Green Bay upgraded the D line with Parsons, Chicago paid a premium to upgrade their offensive line, and they upgraded the interior part of it to run the football, and that's what they've been doing. They've been running the football. So Green Bay's going to have to find a way, and I think what they're going to have to start is bringing McKinney in there and essentially playing 7-man boxes and 7-man fronts and daring Chicago to throw it, right? Dare Chicago to throw it, stack that box. And then I think McKinney is so good that he's going to be able to bait Caleb Williams in and out of things, right? I think McKinney's so good. He can fly in and out. He can do things that other safeties aren't able to. I think he's able to read things that safeties aren't able to. So if you bring McKinney down in there, to show that he's in there to stop the run, I think he can bait and fly out to drop into a zone or to drop into coverage to cover someone and fill the zone and defend the pass. So that's what I think you're going to have to do early on, so you can prove, hey, you're going to have to throw this thing. Caleb is going to have to beat us, and to me, that's going to be the formula on that side of the football.
And I don't know how anybody can know for sure. Now, against Detroit, the huge plays of the Packers, second half, 3rd and 2 and 4th and 3, they stopped Gibbs for losses on the 2 downs. And before you had that bad pass that was behind Williams, they shut down Gibbs on 3rd and 3. Many of the big plays occurred because the Packers were outstanding in defending against the run and negative yardage on Gibbs. I got to look in to see exactly why it came out.
I do think that Chicago's offensive line is playing better than Detroit's offensive line, especially in the run game. I do think that they're performing at a better rate in the run game. So while we do want to, we got to give Green Bay their credit for the way that they've played Gibbs in the run game, because I don't think there's been a better team playing against Gibbs in the run game than Green Bay. There has not been. I mean, I know that for a fact. You look at the stats, Gibbs has not done anything against Green Bay. Chicago's a different beast when it comes to their offensive line and how they obviously block. I know it's very similar to Detroit because it's Ben Johnson, but I think the interior of Chicago's offensive line, Thuney, and he was from Detroit, and then he went to the Rams. Now he's back there. Forgot his name, but they traded for him. They're good. The 2 guards, they're very good, and they're getting the job done right now. And to me, when you watch the Bears run game, that's where the movement is happening. It's happening in the interior 3. They're removing D tackles vertically off the ball, which is creating a bunch of space for the running backs to get into that core of the defense and then move. And when you're able to do that, you already get 2 to 3 yards into the core of the defense, and then the backs are able to make contact with the linebackers, and then they're off, right? And then you're at 5 yards, and then you're able to get going. So to me, that's going to be a big deal.
The surprise to me was that it was 2 running backs against Philadelphia. I don't know. I haven't followed that closely. I know how good Swift has been, but the numbers they put up were crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they listen, I don't know what's going on with Philly. Right? Like, I watched that game against Philly, and they just it just doesn't look like Philly, right? Like, I'll just
they had huge holes.
Yeah, massive running lanes to go through.
281 yards, 6 yards per carry.
Yeah, just massive running lanes, and to me, that's just very uncharacteristic for Philadelphia. But at the same time, you got to give Chicago credit, right? Like, to me, you got to give Chicago credit for scheming it and executing it.
Caleb Williams was horrible. 17 of 36, 154 yards, sacked twice. His QBR was 49. His quarterback rating 57. You can't win generally with a quarterback with those numbers.
Normally, no.
Unless
Normally,
it's
no.
like a college. It's like Iowa in your prime. One guy 130 yards, another guy 125. You had to have some games where two running backs were over 100 yards, but it didn't happen often.
No, it doesn't happen often. That's a rare feat. That's a rare feat right there. But again, I think that's going to be the way that they lean on this early on in this game. Like, I think you're right. They're going to lean on that early. It's not like they're going to be like, oh, we're going to surprise them and Caleb's going to come out throwing. Like, no, okay. Like, great. Like, sure. I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, like, please, by all means, like, if that's your formula, let's go down that route. Like, I think Hafley will be more than happy to go down that route too, and I think the pass rushers will be too. Like, I think that's okay. I don't know if the Bears tackles will be okay with that. I don't know if they'll like that too much, but sure, like, that's fine. But I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to try to pound the rock. And to be honest with you, if I'm Chicago, that's what I'm going to do too. I'm going to try to shorten the game down, control the ball, and wear on Green Bay's defense. That's what I would do. And you want to take their best player out of the game, and that's Micah Parsons. And that's the way you do it. I mean, he's still going to be involved playing the run, but he's not going to go sack your quarterback, right? And we all know that's the way this guy juices up the team. He juices up the defense. He'll get the crowd going. That's how he does it, by beating your tackles and sacking your quarterback for 8 to 9 yards a crack. That's how he gets everybody going. And if he's not able to do that, it takes some life out of the defense. So if I'm Chicago, that's what I would do. But if Green Bay is able to put a stop to that early, that changes this whole ball game. Because listen, they're not going to be. I already know this because I've already watched. Like, I watched the Bears a couple times this year, and again, I'm very impressed with the way they run the football. I think they're a good run blocking offensive line. Those tackles will not be able to hold up against the pass rush. They just won't. If they got to get in there and pass block against Green Bay's pass rush for like in that type of ball game, it's not gonna be good. Not gonna go well.
I mean, you have Buffalo at 156, the Bears at 154, and then next Washington at 139, 15 yards less, and the Packers are at 117.
Of what, a game?
Rushing yards per game.
Yeah.
I mean, so to me, and maybe you can tell me if my theory is wrong, but I always felt this about a running team. If a team's a running team, they show me that when they try to run the ball and it doesn't work, and the next time they get the ball, they run it again. It's not as if failure or, having to punt the ball or you run and you punt, the next time they're going to run the damn ball again most of the time. And if they punt again, they're going to run it again. You would know better than I. How far does a coach go, or did they at Iowa, when you didn't run the ball successfully? The first series, the first two series, the first three series. How many? What's the truth?
Oh, I mean, we're still running it. Kirk didn't care. We're running the ball. I mean, we're gonna continue to run it. Eventually, Kirk looked at it as eventually it's gonna crack. Like, we're gonna break their will at some point. It's gonna go. In the NFL, it's a little different, right? Like, it is different in the NFL. Like, sometimes it's just not working that day, right? Sometimes it just doesn't work. Some days you got schemed, right? Sometimes the defensive coordinator, they just got your number, and that's just, or from a personnel standpoint, you're not able to, you're outmatched at somewhere on that offensive line. Your personnel is just outmatched, and that's a big deal in the run game, right? Like, if you have a point of attack guy, and you're having a hard time moving him, and you can't get movement on a certain guy, and their linebackers are very good, and they're filling it's the and you don't scheme it up properly, it's going to be a long day.
Wow.
It's just going to be a long day.
Too bad Ferentz wasn't a head coach in the NFL. How many times people would say, Coach, it's going to be a long day. This isn't college. Shut up. Run the damn ball. The three pillars, both for the Packers, went over Detroit, and we might get into the one pillar, or one or two, of the upcoming game against the Bears. The Brian Bulaga Homer Hour. Three pillars next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Eastbound 94, right about at Highway 83, we have a crash in the left shoulder. So that, along with the general not great conditions out there, going to see some delays basically from Highway 67 past Highway 83 all the way to about Calhoun. On the westbound side, we got backups from just west of Highway 100 all the way past Highway 16 to Highway 83. Actually, beyond that, all the way to Highway 67. It's a heavy ride along southbound 41 as well, from Good Hope Road pretty much all the way down to Mayfair Road. Northbound's backed up from Mayfair Road up to about Silver Spring. And then westbound 94, lots of company from 17th Street all the way to Hawley Road as well. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. They have the perfect gift idea for you. A holiday design gift box filled with all your favorite Kringle flavors. Go to kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH to order. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, snow showers ending, mostly cloudy and cold, a low of 15. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 25. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Hey, it's Gary Ellison for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking to escape the cold or take a midday break? Get your game on at Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, where it's always golf season. Play more than 2,000 courses, including over 50 right here in Wisconsin. And even that famous course where they hand out green jackets. Top tech simulators, great food, and the best Bloody Marys around. This is your year-round slice of summer. Bays start at just $35 an hour, Monday through Friday. Book your bay today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Homer here with a message about Three Pillars Senior Living Communities, located on a serene setting along the Bark River on 300 gorgeous acres. Three Pillars Senior Living Communities is a top-ranked full continuum community. Active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. Three Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You got to go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on Three Pillars at threepillars.org.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the ring. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
It all began 53 years ago with one belief. Every family deserves support, and every child deserves a safe place to learn and grow. When you join the team at La Causa, you support giving children a chance to learn, to grow, to dream. Their team doesn't just show up for work, they show up for the community. As teachers, caretakers, clinicians, and social workers, united by compassion, education, and opportunity, help change lives every day by embarking upon a rewarding career at La Causa. Apply today at lacausa.org/careers.
Ho, ho, my back.
Santa?
Ho, ho, Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. 12/31/2025. This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Every game tells a story.
Oh, you want the full story?
From big-time players
Jaden Reed, make the man miss.
to clutch drives.
Love going to throw a fade here to the corner. It is caught for the touchdown.
It's time to give you the three pillars that built it. Independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. Three Pillars Senior Living Communities provides top-ranked care and service in a beautiful lake country setting. Visit threepillars.org today.
Threepillars.org, the three pillars of the Packers win over the Lions. There are probably more than three, but I'm curious what Brian Bulaga starts with. Take it away.
Well, I'm going to start with Jordan Love. I think that's pretty obvious, right? I mean, I'm going to start with Jordan Love. I think he played a fantastic game. I mean, the guy was... what was his QB rating? I think it was, what was it, 1 or...
I can look it up. You don't have to know.
It was something... It was very good. We'll just put it that way.
He made every play you wanted him to make.
Yeah, he made every play you wanted him to make. Very accurate with the football. I thought in that type... Like, these are playoff games now, right? Like, this is the way I look at these games from here on out against the opponents on the schedule going forward. These are playoff games against what I think are playoff teams. And he played like a quarterback in the playoffs.
124.2 is quarterback rating.
Yes,
by the way,
thank you.
Jared Goff's was 132.9. Not that it matters.
But Goff played good. But I'm just saying, he played really well. I mean, just a really, really high-level performance. And he's been playing like this now for the last few weeks. Something about Toyota-thon, I don't know what it is. Jordan Love always steps up to the plate during this time of year and delivers again. So to me, he's the first pillar. No-brainer, in my opinion.
And now, number 2 of the three pillars, brought to you by Three Pillars Senior Living Communities, threepillars.org.
Well, I think if you're going to say Jordan Love, I think the next guy you got to say is the guy who was throwing it to, Dontavian Wicks. I think who caught 2 of those touchdowns that Jordan Love threw. And obviously he had more than just the 2 catches for touchdowns, but a lot of big catches throughout the game. And the one that I believe sealed the deal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I thought that performance by him was what we all expect to see from him week in and week out. Because that's like the potential and the talent that I think he has as a wideout. Like, I think that's the type of explosive player he is. Like, and I saw that a few years ago from him, and I'm like, okay, like this guy's only going to continue to grow and grow. And then like it kind of just like never happened. But then you get a performance like this, and you're like, what is that? Like that's how it should always be with him. It should always look like that.
It makes me believe he is the second best wide receiver. Christian Watson's number 1.
Yep.
Dontavian Wicks is number 2, and I know we all like Romeo Doubs, but if I'm Jordan Love, Wicks is number 2 now, but maybe I'm making it up.
I mean, you got to keep going to the ball. Keep going with him with the ball. You got to keep throwing him and Watson the ball. Like that's the thing. Like at this point in the season now, you got to start throwing the ball to the guys that are making you the plays. And like to me, that's the way this has to go. Like again, I said it when I was talking about Jordan Love. This is playoff football now. Like this is playoff ball, and now you got to go to the guys that you can trust to make the plays. And if Wicks is going to do that, and Watson's going to do what he's doing, throw them the football and let them make these plays. So, to me, another outstanding performance by another wideout stepping up, right? It's great to see it. He's the second pillar.
And the third pillar, and the only problem with the third pillar is that Micah Parsons is so good. Sometimes he's overlooked, but he did have 8 tackles, 4 solo, 2.5 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, and 4 quarterback hits. So go for it, Brian Bulaga. Find another third pillar if you want.
Yeah, I mean, to me, he is the third pillar, but I'm going to say, this is what I'm going to say, because I said it at the start of the pregame show. The offensive line had to play a really good game, right? They had to play a really good game so that Jordan Love and these wideouts could make plays. And they did. No sacks allowed. I thought for the most part they gave a really clean pocket for Jordan Love to deliver on time and go through his reads. They did a nice job. And to me, that was the most important part of this game. Like, obviously, in the passing game, was Jordan Love being able to find his receivers and deliver strikes on time. And in big moments, he was able to do that. Didn't get sacked. Hutchinson didn't have any of those big moments that, like, Micah Parsons had that, like, changed the momentum in games and things like that. And to me, that's huge when you're on the road.
All right, we're putting the offensive line third. You can take care of deal with all the stuff on YouTube. Rob Domowski coming up in a bit. Victory Monday brought to you by National Liquor Mart on 16th and National in Milwaukee. Stock up on the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 to 9. Yep, daily. Your game day headquarters all season long. Victory Monday brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza with delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's, Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. And Victory Monday also brought to you by Callan. From kitchen and bathroom remodels to infinity by Marvin Fiberglass Replacement Windows. Callan makes your home feel like a win. Request your consultation today at callcallan.com. My cot's ready. Rob Domowski and Brian Bulaga, not necessarily in that order. Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We have a crash eastbound 94 at Highway 83. This is off on the left shoulder. Just watch out for that. Definitely seeing some big delays from Highway 67 past that point. And delays continue all the way through to about Moreland Road. More backups from 84th Street all the way through to Hawley Road. And again, coming out of the Stadium interchange to 27th Street. On the flip side, westbound's pretty much backed up out of the Marquette all the way past Hawley Road. Then back on the brakes from Elm Grove Road all the way to about Highway 67. So a slow ride through there. Southbound 41 still heavy from Good Hope Road down to Capitol Drive. Northbound slowing from North Avenue all the way up past Silver Spring. Traffic is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. Get the perfect holiday gift this season, a Bartolotta's gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, snow showers ending, mostly cloudy and cold, a low of 15 tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 25. Weather's brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
It's the holiday season, a special time to celebrate with family, friends, and coworkers. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Let us help you with your holiday celebration. Whether you're having a small family gathering, a bigger bash with friends and relatives, or a company party, we've got everything you need at the lowest prices in town. Discount Liquor is your one-stop gift shop with over 100 varieties of liquor, beer, and wine gift sets for everyone on your list. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma in Milwaukee and on Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com. And from our family to yours, have a happy and safe holiday season.
Discount liquor.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. On windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sideline, when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, long-lasting, and made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo in the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online. Keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
Honey, look, 4 calling birds.
Do they have cell phones?
Well, yeah. They're called calling birds because they have 4 lines of Cricket 5G.
How do they pay?
Oh, easy. Each line is only $25 a month.
Who are they calling?
Beats me. One sec, gotta take this.
Join Cricket Nation and get 4 lines for $25 per month each. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. New lines only. All lines must be selected. Unlimited plan fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device. It is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Victory Monday, the Brian Bulaga Homer Hour, and this is the segment I go to my cot, and oh, baby, I love to listen to Brian Bulaga and Rob Domowski. And, of course, I'm out because Brian Bulaga is much nicer, and he intros the segment appropriately. Dr. Football, go ahead.
Rob, good evening. How are you?
Good, Brian. How are you?
I'm good. So, obviously, news, Devontae Wyatt on IR for the season. Obviously, the injury's nasty. Who do you see filling the gap there now going forward for the rest of the way? What's the rotation going to be like? Who are going to be the guys that have to step up and carry that load?
Yeah, it's interesting, Brian. They're basically down to the guys who were numbers 3 and 4 at defensive tackle in training camp, because 1 and 2 were Kenny Clark and Devontae Wyatt. Now, obviously, Kenny's been gone since late August, but in training camp, Carl Brooks and Colby Wooden were the backup defensive tackles. Well, now those are your 2 starters. And don't forget, Carl Brooks missed the last game with, I believe it was an ankle injury. So, then we're looking at Nazir Stackhouse and Warren Brinson, the 2 rookies. So it's very thin. They only have one other defensive tackle on the practice squad. That's James Esther, who has been here for about a year and a half, but another undrafted free agent from last year. It is not looking good on paper. That being said, I'm sure Goody is trying to find some help somewhere, but I'm not sure, what's available. A couple of things, too, on the defensive line, Brian. I talked to Lucas Van Ness today. I saw him walk into the locker room with a walking boot on his right foot, which obviously is not a good sign. He didn't want to say a whole lot, but he did say that when he came back against Minnesota and played those 6 snaps, it, quote, didn't feel quite right, so now I'm back in the rehab group. So that's obviously not good news either. There is a bit of good news, and it's not like immediate help, but they did activate Brenton Cox and Colin Oliver, a pair of edge rushers who have been on PUP and IR. They activated those 2 for return today. And then the other, I guess, interesting thing is this doesn't help the defensive line, but Marshawn Lloyd has been activated and will finally return to practice, and we'll see what he can do at the running back position.
Okay, so with that, I guess my question is, if we're down to 3 and 4, but number 3 number 4 was hurt. So essentially, when you dress guys out for games, mean, how many defensive tackles were even dressed for Detroit after Wyatt went down?
Yeah, I believe it was 4. I believe it was, total of 4. Wyatt, Brinson, Stackhouse, and Colby Wooden, I believe, were the 4 that were up for that game. So normally you'd have 4, maybe 5, but usually only 4 interior linemen.
Okay. Now, are they getting back any of the DBs this week? Or are they getting back, or I guess the only DB that was...
I guess it's Hobbs.
Hobbs? Is he?
To be honest with you, Brian, if it were me, and even though Hobbs is coming back, I would stick with that 5 as my nickel lineup.
Yep. So does this mean that with who got put or got activated from PUP, is Jaden Reed, is he technically not been activated then, or was he activated last week?
He's in the same boat as in he's in the return to practice category. None of those guys are technically on the 53. Now, I fully expect Jaden Reed to play this week, and he'll have a full week of practice, and I would think would be ready to go. And, of course, they'll put Devontae Wyatt on IR, so you have a roster spot there for Jaden Reed once they actually add him to the 53. It's a bit confusing because they activate these guys to return to practice, but they're technically not on the 53. They have 3 weeks to practice before they have to do something with them.
Got it. So I guess the big story, I mean, at least for me, because this Bears-Packers game for a long time hasn't really meant anything. And now it means something. So I guess there's got to be at least some emotion in that locker room that this game means something now. For at least
get a load of this, Brian. This is crazy to me, and our ESPN research team is unreal with this stuff. The last time the Packers and Bears have met this late in the season, meaning week 14 or later, and both teams entered with a winning percentage of 700 or better, which is where they are at 9-3 and 8-3-1, was December 11th, 1932. That was Homer was probably about 2 or 3 years old.
I did that game. But Rob, that's because the Bears have sucked for so much of that period.
Exactly, and that's to Brian's point. Like it just hasn't. There hasn't been a lot of juice to this rivalry.
But I wanted to ask you, the Bears are good. This premise that they've been lucky because the point differentials, but so maybe that's too strong. What would you say?
Well, I think, getting back to what we were talking about off the top with the Packers, being a little bit in trouble on the defensive line, and then you look at how the Bears beat the Eagles last week. I mean, they ran the ball, and they ran the ball really well, which I think has to be a concern. I think they rushed for, it was over 200 yards.
250. Two guys were over 100.
Yeah, I mean that's concerning to me, and Caleb Williams, I still am not 100% ready to proclaim him like the guy for them. His accuracy is still an issue at times, but boy, he's made some plays, and I don't know that I am I'm not completely sold on the Bears, but I'm not completely willing to write them off as just a product of an easy schedule or some opportune games at opportune times. I think this could be a real dogfight here.
Yeah, I agree. And then I think you look at it, at least I do, like you got this team. Well, no, I think what makes it interesting for me, you have them so close back to back, essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I can't remember, too many times. I think it's happened here or there, but I can't remember too many times where they've played a division team twice in a 3-week stretch. I'm sure it's happened, but it doesn't seem like it happens very often. Obviously, when the NFL went to making sure the last week of the season was all division games, that was probably 6 or 7 years ago they did that, maybe a little more. That ensured that you were going to get more division games probably late in the year. But this is remarkable, and it seems like it was always you'd play the Bears once right away in September, and then you'd play them around Christmas time, and it would be 2 totally different types of games or 2 totally different types of teams. But this is unusual, and I don't know that it has any effect on this game or even the next one, but it is an unusual quirk to the schedule. And then Brian, when you look at the game in between, a trip out to Denver, Denver's defense is as good as anybody's. This is a hard stretch here. I think they have to win two. Will definitely have to at least split with Chicago, and if they could steal the one in Denver, they'd be in great shape. Because next week, who the Bears have in between the two Packers games? They have Cleveland. So they're winning that game.
Yep. So do you think Matt has any little extra fire for this one, given what Ben Johnson said in that presser?
Yeah, I was just going to say, remember when he said he's enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year? Look, we asked Matt about it today, and I didn't expect that he would, give it much of an answer or a thought, and he certainly didn't. He basically said, haven't really thought about those comments, and I can tell you this though, when it happened back in the winter or the early spring, and we got a chance to talk to Matt at the NFL owners meetings for the first time, after this happened, he was basically like, I don't even know Ben Johnson. Why is he, I'm paraphrasing, but basically, why is he bringing me up in all this? I don't really even know the guy. So it's an unusual deal. I think there would be more made of that if this was week 1 or week 2 and they were meeting early in the season and Ben Johnson hadn't done anything in Chicago yet, but it sure looks like he's proven that he can coach a little bit. So I don't know. It was a fun comment, but I don't know if you were around. I can't remember, but when Lovie Smith got the Bears job, he said, my biggest goal is to beat the Packers twice a year or whatever. Sometimes it's like, okay, maybe the Packers are living in your head instead of the other way around. If you're that worried about, the Packers in your introductory press conference.
Yep. Do you think Dontavian Wicks, made himself clear number 2 after what he just did against Detroit?
Yeah, that's an interesting thing too. Is okay, what happens if Christian Watson's played obviously great since he's been back. What happens when Reed comes back? Matthew Golden has a chance to be back this week. It could be one of those things where not by any fault of Dontavian Wicks that he doesn't get a lot of targets this week, even after he showed how good he could be against the Lions. So I would like to see how it plays out. I'm interested to see how it plays out. In my opinion, I think you have to try to continue to get the ball down the field to Christian Watson as much as possible, and then go from there. But as well as I do that they just don't operate where, okay, this guy had a good game, we're going to get him some more targets because he's hot. They just don't seem to do that, and I think maybe it's a shortcoming of this offense, but maybe I'm wrong.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, guys. We'll see you.
Rob Demoski. Victory Monday brought to you by Callan, from kitchen and bathroom remodels to infinity. By Marvin Fiberglass Replacement Windows. Callan makes your home feel like a win. Request your consultation today at callcallan.com. Victory Monday brought to you by National Liquor Mart on 16th and National. Stock up on the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 to 9 daily. Yep, 9 to 9. Your game day headquarters all season long. And Victory Monday brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza, with delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's, Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. More Brian Bulaga next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Homer here from ESPN Milwaukee. What makes living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Dave.
The campus is beautiful. For me, nature is my church, and I love being outside. We live by the Bark River, and it's calming. It just calms my soul. I just love it. A lot of the people, I'm talking about 100-year-old people, 90 years old, say they credit Three Pillars with living longer.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday Extended event. Now through Wednesday, shop extended Black Friday savings store-wide, up to 50% off or more while supplies last. Like over half off 16-piece Farberware knife block sets, 60% off select 2-packs of Milwaukee tool batteries, $79 while supplies last. Shop extended Black Friday savings on Carter's brand infant and toddler playwear, half price, and Ruger Universal handgun cleaning kits, 60% off. Don't miss extended Black Friday deals only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Winneconne Wolves quarterback and 3-star Iowa commit Brody Schaefer. Schaefer was nothing short of heroic in the Division V state championship, powering Winneconne to a 28-22 comeback win over Little Chute, capping a perfect 14-0 season. Down 9 late, Schaefer ignited the rally with an interception early in the fourth quarter, then led the Wolves on back-to-back scoring drives. He finished the night completing 11 of 16 passes for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns, while rushing for 123 yards and another score. Brody's play fueled a balanced Wolves offense and set up the game winner, an 8-yard touchdown run by Mason Matthew with just a minute and 20 seconds left. Winneconne claimed just the second state title in school history. Congratulations to Brody Schaefer, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, ho, ho. So many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site, and to all a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Wendorf and Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf and Associates.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Brian Bulaga Homer Hour with the Doctor of Football. Window Nation, 90% customer satisfaction. That's important, more than what I think. I mean, I like them too, but it's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's not too late because Window Nation can get it done right now. Not now, right now. And Window Nation's end-of-the-year sale, get 50% off. Plus, you could get 0% interest for 5 years. All kinds of lifetime warranty, A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. And again, not too late. They can get it done right now. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on the big savings. Visit windownation.com to get started. All right. What's our Discount Liquor Twitter poll question?
It is how many yards
You
will
don't
the Bears
sound like
rush
Pebble.
for against the Packers? We got under 100, 100 to 150, 150 to 200, or 200 plus yards.
I'm going.
Oh,
I won't. I'll go 1 to 150.
yeah.
Will,
I mean, I
what's
gotta
your
go-
pick? What's your pick?
I think it's going to be closer to 150 to 200. Packers have
okay.
struggled to stop the run recently.
They
and
have.
I think
All
the
right.
Bears have two running backs that are similar to the Lions duo.
Yep. So you say 150. I'm saying 100 to 150, but we're not that far off. And now the most important vote from Brian Bulaga.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in that 1 to 150 because I don't think Chicago's gonna be able to do anything else.
Oh, okay.
I think that's gonna be their offense. So
okay, makes sense. I think it's going to determine the outcome of the game. I don't think, but because I just don't think Williams is going to beat you. But he may not have to beat you if you're able to run the ball like they did against Philadelphia. All right, now we have YouTube. Millions watch on YouTube. I guess they want to see what you look like. Bulaga, are you and Corey Lindsley on the Larry McCarron diet? You guys both look like wide receivers now.
On the Larry McCarron diet.
He didn't ask it, but how do you do it?
I mean, for me, I don't eat as much. Work out about 6 days a week. Do a lot of cardio.
Explain a lot of cardio for you.
I ride the bike nowadays. A lot of that, treadmill.
Peloton?
I do NordiTrack. NordiTrack is my.
I don't see Bulag as a Peloton guy.
Yeah,
No?
I'm a NordiTrack guy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Or Iowa, a little cheaper. It's reasonably expensive, but not like.
Yeah, I don't like the Peloton. I'm the NordiTrack.
All right, we got more for you here. Brian, if the wind is up, does it change either offense or defensive strategy? I have a feeling the wind's going to be up. Well, I have a feeling it's going to be cold, but the wind. Yeah. What's the reality? Tough for the kicker, but does it ever make any difference, or did it to you?
Yeah, I mean, it makes it tougher for the offense for sure with throwing the football. Yeah, I mean, cold and windy, the offense is going to have a tough time throwing the football, especially against the wind. You're downwind, it'll be okay. If you're throwing the ball downwind, you'll be fine. It's when you're against that wind that it's a struggle, right? So you got to plan accordingly. At the same time, though, I played with Aaron. He could zip it through any wind, so it didn't really matter at that point. Right?
So how do you use the wind? You want to have the wind in the fourth quarter, or what's the dynamic?
Yeah, you wanted the win in the fourth quarter for throwing it and for kicking it. That's how you really wanted it. And what a lot of people don't really understand is if it's this cold, the quarterbacks have a hard time gripping the ball. It is slick. So a lot of people don't understand like the hand size. Like if these quarterbacks don't have a certain size hand to grip the ball, they don't throw it as well, which means they don't zip it as well. They don't spin it as well in this cold weather. It's why, it's really funny. People think like Aaron doing that grass thing when it was like just a ritual. He did that always, obviously, to moisten his hands when it was cold. But also he had like a bear paw. Like Aaron had an absolute bear paw of a hand. So he would do that to moisten his hand. And obviously, in cold weather, he could grip a ball and just rip it better than any quarterback because, it's tough for quarterbacks to grip that ball in the cold. So, that's another thing that you really have to look at in situations like this. Obviously, I have no idea. I mean, I know Caleb Williams paints his fingernails, but I don't know if he's got a big hand or not.
Nice.
I have no idea.
You've been looking to get that one in.
I don't
believe you ever played for a quarterback in your life that painted his fingernails. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
He's probably the only one.
Yeah, I have no idea.
That surprises you, but not.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's different. It's different. I've never had that.
Now another one is Rashawn Gary just ordinary?
I think Rashawn Gary is exactly what he is, right? I mean, I think Rashawn Gary is what's he at right now? He's at, 8.5 sacks right now?
I don't know what he's at. He's not as good as everybody thought he would be with Micah Parsons. How about that?
We could say that, but at the same time, we talked about this too, Homer. We talked about
7.5. No, you can tell me I'm wrong, but I think 99% of Packer fans believe that he hasn't been as good as they thought he would be, given how good it's clear Micah Parsons is. Take it from there.
Well, Micah Parsons, people are now comparing him to Micah because now they see Micah and now they think, well, why isn't Rashawn Gary like Micah? Because nobody's like Micah Parsons. The only guy that you would see that if you lined him up across or on the opposite side of Micah would be like Myles Garrett, would be like Crosby. Certain guys, you would be like, oh yeah, so like he's kind of like Micah. Like you can't compare guys to that, right? And if he's at 7.5 or 8 sacks, and we have how many games left, he's going to get over 10 sacks. He may get 12 sacks. And for what you ask of Rashawn Gary, he's hitting that, maybe even exceeding what you expect him to get every year. And to me, that's where he's at right now. Like Micah's going to get 15, 16 sacks, maybe 17. And that's where Micah probably will always be. Rashawn's going to be in that 10 to 11 to 12. And obviously, Micah's pressure rate is like, I feel like he pressures the quarterback every single time, right? And that's the difference between the players. But I think you look at what I think people get too hung up on salaries. And if you look at the salaries, there's a reason why one makes 45 or 44, whatever it is, and one's making like 18. Okay, I'm just being dead honest. Like there's a difference, and that's why. So like, I understand it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but we're talking about relative in the NFL pass rusher world, right? Like, and that's where I want to make sure that we're all on the same page with our expectations and where we're at. Like, Rashawn Gary's going to get over 10 sacks this year, and that's a good year for a pass rusher. Like, so like, let's just make sure we're all on the same page with like, what's a good year for a pass rusher? Like over 10 sacks is that. And
all
he's going to get that.
More from YouTube. Brian, you seem like an intelligent fellow. Please detail how the Packers will beat the Bears.
Well, I mean, there's a couple different ways they can do it. I mean, there's different formulas that Green Bay's won this year, right? Throughout the year. I think the formula for beating Chicago is, we've talked about it today, you got to stop the run. That's obviously number one. And I think number two, you're going to have to match running the football, because it is going to be cold. It is going to be windy. Green Bay's going to have to do a decent job running the ball this week. I know, Homer, you hate to hear it. You want to throw it. You want 350 in the air.
No,
I get it.
No, we will discuss this later this week. I believe in today's football, you often set up the run by passing. It's an important part of it, but it can be set up by passing first. I will never say you don't need to run. But I would love to discuss that.
But I agree with you.
All right.
I agree with you on that. I agree.
And I think at times they've attempted to run when we've been able to see ain't nothing there.
Yep.
All right. Brian Bulaga. I can't wait for the game. And then I realize they're like 4 or 5 good games left for the Packers, and it depends how you do in all of them. You can't just over-focus on one game. I mean, yes. I think it's very possible the Bears and the Packers will split the 2 games, but we'll talk about it more this week. It's fun.
Yes, it is.
And now to Potawatomi, Gary Ellison. Settle down. And Greg Matzik. I don't know what he tells him. Next.
Wrapping things up with a couple of accidents. One on 41 northbound right at the ramp from Good Hope Road. We got the shoulders blocked with this, so that is going to be causing some problems.